Okay, guys, for our current event this week, I thought instead of covering a story that we would discuss tax scams and what to watch out for 2025 because that is the season. Tis the season. We are jumping right into tax season, which means the scammers are going to be scamming. So, want to go over a couple quick tips with you guys and some things to look out for so that you can avoid getting scammed. All right, so let's dive into some of these tax scams that we're going to be watching out for this season. First up, AI generated phishing schemes. Surprise, surprise. AI out here doing the Lord's work. Anyway, so this year, the scammers are expected to ramp up their use of artificial intelligence to craft highly convincing phishing emails and messages. Now, these communications, they often mimic the legitimate IRS notices or correspondences from tax preparation services. And AI can generate personalized messages that include your name, your address, and other details, making the scam harder to detect. So it's important to be wary of any unsolicited emails or texts claiming urgent tax issues, especially when they're like, you pay now, you have to pay now, or are threatening any legal action. Now, the tip for that is that the IRS will never initiate contact with you via email or text. Tis true. Tis true. Always verify the authenticity of such messages by contacting the IRS directly through their official website or phone numbers. The IRS will never call you. From what I understand, because I used to work for public accountants, and one thing that was very adamant is that the IRS will never call you or email you or text you. Their correspondence is what you might call snail mail. The original G. Letters. Actual mailed letters. Next up, fake tax preparer scams. These scammers pose as professionals offering low costs or expedited tax filing services. Once they gain access to your personal and financial information, though, they can file false returns in your name or steal your refund. Some fake preparers even lure victims by promising unrealistic refunds. So if it sounds too good to be true, friends, it probably is. Tip: vet your tax preparers carefully. Look for credentials such as Prepared Tax Identification Number, so the PTIN, and reviews or references from trusted sources. So, this is a time where you're going to be seeing flyers, you're going to be seeing type of thing, like even where they're located. Now, I understand that there are professional individuals who either, they do this part-time, they work from their home, they may not have like an official office or official base, but make sure there's some kind of backlog or something, some kind of like history here that you can say, okay, this person has done this. Then they seem to have satisfied legitimate clients who aren't trying to kill them. Next up, imposter phone calls. Despite being a long-standing tactic, phone scams remain effective even now. So even with the help of caller ID and even your phone itself telling you sometimes scam likely. You guys ever get that before when you get a phone call and the number comes up, but your phone's like scam likely, kind of giving you a heads up? Even with all that, scammers calling victims and posing as IRS agents to claim that they owe back taxes or penalties, they still work. They still work. So they often use fear tactics such as threats of arrest to coerce victims into making immediate payments via gift cards. Red flag. Wire transfers or cryptocurrency. Crypto boy. Some even using caller ID spoofing to appear legitimate. So here's a tip. Like I said, the IRS will never call you demanding immediate payment. If you receive such a call, hang up and report the incident to the Treasury Inspector the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration, the TIGTA. Yeah, guys, the IRS is not going to call you saying, pay us. They're not going to do that. That's not how they run. That's not how they move. So if someone's calling you saying, yo, we're about to freeze your assets, blah, 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 I feel confident in saying that they're totally full of it and trying to get you. Hey guys, quick aside. If you like what you're seeing and you like what you're hearing, feel free to give the video a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can always be up to date on what's going on. And for those who don't know, I'm a writer, director, and producer with my own series, The Zombie Chronicles, which you can also check out on Amazon Prime or Tubi. And I am offering a screenwriting intro class March 1st. This is a class for beginning writers, those who want to write, or for experienced writers who need a refresher. We're going to be covering the basics of screenwriting, storytelling, characters, and dialogue. And it's going to be online, so you can access it from anywhere. And those looking for a way to help support further, you can check out my Patreon, NXG Global Productions, where I discuss more movie reviews, access to clips of my writers group recordings, first look at behind the scenes, shout outs on social media, posts, and more. I'm looking to grow the community and would love to have you be a part of it. Plug over. Next up, social media scams. Social media platforms have increasingly become a tool for tax scammers. Yikes. Fraudsters use fake profiles or hacked accounts to offer secret tax loopholes, claim processing shortcuts, or promote fraudulent investment opportunities. They may also post phishing links that lead to fake IRS sites designed to steal your information. Like literally, one of my friends just messaged me warning me that somebody had hacked her account. Literally just happened. These freaking people are everywhere. They're ridiculous. Let me see what they say, because when she sent me a screenshot. New York City car enthusiast, Forex trader, independent Forex trader. Okay. DM for your free mentorship ASAP. If you see this person, report this account. If it's even still up by now. Scam. So the tip for this is to be cautious about engaging with unsolicited offers or links on social media. Be very careful, especially if they promise unrealistic results. Again, guys, if it sounds too good to be true, you get it. You know the saying. It probably is. Stick to official IRS channels for accurate tax information. So if it isn't irs.gov, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see it. And finally, data breaches and identity theft. So data breaches also pose a significant risk during tax season, as scammers can exploit stolen data to file fraudulent tax returns in your name. Once your identity is compromised, it can take months or even years to resolve the fallout. Tip for that is to use strong passwords and enable multi-factor authentication on accounts that store sensitive information. You may also want to consider filing your tax return early to reduce the chances of someone else filing in your name. Yeah, so one of my other friends had this happen to them like years ago, and they don't even know how it happened. They went to they lucked out because they went to go file their tax return early. They went early, so early. And when the tax preparer went to go do it, they saw that someone had already filed in their name. So, but nothing had exchanged hands yet. So they were able to intercept that, report that as fraudulent, and file their tax returns. But moving forward, what happens now for them is they always receive some kind of PIN or something from the IRS, like every year, that they have to specifically use to file a tax return based off that one incident that happened like years ago. And to this day, they don't know for sure, but there's suspicion that it was linked to I think maybe somebody at their job or something like that. Now, again, this is years ago. They don't even work at that place anymore. I'm not even mentioning names because I don't know. But that is some scary stuff because as far as I know, they hadn't done anything like, you know what I mean? They hadn't filled out anything. They hadn't put a link on it, and nothing. They went straight to their normal person and had that happen. So be vigilant, my guys. Focus. Keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention to these text messages because it's like these scammers are just like, it's getting wild out here. I don't know if you guys remember, but like years and years ago, we were when they were doing, what's it called, like cold calling you with and like the cold calling wasn't scammers. It was just like annoying like companies and stuff like that who wanted to try to get your sales and everything. And there was like a do not call list that you could put your number on. And for a few sweet years, it was bliss. And you could even put your cell phone number on that list and not hear anything. But I'm guessing something didn't get renewed or some new legislation got introduced, and out of nowhere, now you get calls from like companies and scammers. Like, it's not always scammer calls. Sometimes it's just cold calling like companies with like, oh, your solar panel, are you qualified for something or some bull crap, right? But needless to say, there is no more do not call list. There's only block, that kind of thing. You can ask to be taken off a call list, but then you're having to do it individually. In some of these places, when you ask, they just hang up the phone. They don't have to comply. And then I'm getting a lot of UPS, or USPS text messages about stuff that I'm like, that's a scam. I just blocked the number because no. So be careful. These scammers are put like if they would just put this amount of effort that they put into scamming people into like actually building a legitimate business, they would probably be just as, if not more, successful and be legitimate. I guess they like the thrill or whatever. Who knows? So anyway, the more you know, guys, the better you can equip yourself and be prepared. So just be careful, with all the tips that we went over, be careful. All right? I'm just looking out.